Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to a new mod video for Mörskom. Those of you that don't know, Mörskom is a player home that me and Elianora have been working on for the past 3 months or so. Now, apart from a bit of Twitch footage and images on my website, we haven't really released a lot of information on this. So I thought it was about time that I did a video, as we seem to be getting pretty close to release and it's getting down to the nitty-gritty stuff now, like bug testing. So let's get started by heading to Dawnstar, purchasing the home and going on inside. So here we are in Dawnstar, and you might notice the large house up there on the right with the stairs leading up to it. That is Mörskom estate, so we're going to head over there now. And as you can see, just ahead of us here is Oceanside Supply, which is the store where you're going to be buying a number of items for the home, but we're not going to be going in there just yet. So we're going to head up the stairs. You get this little sort of front garden area. And you'll see this sign here. Now this is for purchasing the home. It's much better than having like a key with a vendor with a price that's going to change depending on different mods people have, because they could end up having to pay a ridiculous price or hardly anything. So this was really a decent enough way of doing it. And if you click on here, you can pay 7,500 septims for the home, which we're going to go ahead and do. You'll be notified that there are items now available in the store, which there weren't previously. And you'll have your own keys to lock the doors with. Now before we head inside, you'll see that you've got access to the mailbox. Now this isn't completely finished just yet, so I'm not going to show it you all, but you can do things like subscribe to a book club or donate money and get like charitable rewards for it. So I'm just going to leave that for now, and we're going to head on inside. Now inside, the first thing you'll notice is it's old and run down. There's broken walls, dust everywhere, no real lighting to speak of. So take a look around, cobwebs everywhere. So it's completely empty, and the player's going to have to build things back up and purchase things from the store to get it back up and running. So the first thing you really want to go ahead and do is go out, and we'll head to the store. So here we are, let's head on in. Oceanside Supply, and we'll meet Moira. Now her name does have a reference to Fallout 3, but we'll go ahead and purchase things. So if you go to miscellaneous, you'll see that there are a load of items now available that we can buy, but the only item that we really need right now is the crafting tools. Now you've purchased some crafting tools, you can use the carpenter's workbench in Mörskom estate to start furnishing your home. So that's pretty much essential, otherwise you're not going to get anywhere. Of course, as we can see, you can purchase a load of other things, which I will come back for later, because we really don't want this stuff before we've got the home basically sorted out, fixed up nicely. As you can see, she'll sell firewood, and she also has Dawnstar dialogue, so she should fit in really nicely with the town. And we'll head back to Mörskom. Now I've gone ahead and headed into the forge room, and as you can see, we've got a nice little workbench set up for us with the lantern so we can see what we're doing. And from here we can start to build the home. So if I click on there, you'll see we've got a number of things we can do, but you'll also notice there's not an awful lot. Now the reason for that is that our character doesn't have the skill required, or he might not even have some of the materials required. Now by default, realistic construction is turned on. What this means is you're going to need a lot of items to craft things, and you're going to need different sorts of skills like smithing up for various items, depending on how difficult it would be to craft something. Now not everyone's going to like this, and people are going to want to just dig in, get to build things. So realistic construction can be turned on or off using the built-in mod configuration menu, Mörskom estate. If we go under settings, you can see here we've got a list of features and we've got a list of customization options. You go under patches, we've got a few patches in here, although this could be subject to change. And you've got the guide, which will just send you to the website. Now if we go under the features here and realistic construction, we're going to turn that off and then come back out. And if we go on there now, we'll see that we no longer need any smithing skill, and it should take far less amounts of material to start to craft things. Now I'm going to start by fixing up the house itself. We noticed that a lot of the walls were broken, so we're going to go ahead and repair the interior. You'll see this nice little transition shows up saying so many hours later, which is really cool. However, some people might not like that. It can be known to maybe cause crashes in instances, or you might just be getting sick and tired of that showing up every time if you're crafting a lot of items in one go. So if we're going to be doing the doors, it also causes the music to stop for a few seconds, which can be quite annoying. Now if you like it, you can leave it on, but again we can go into the MCM here and we can turn those off if they start to get annoying. Time screen's off. There we go. If we go back in now, we can craft things the old-fashioned way. Repair the windows. Now in brackets there is how long is going to pass, so without the time screens you will know how long has passed because it's noted in the menus. So you'll see maybe display room there, 3, that means it's going to take 3 hours to craft those. House here, railings will take 2 hours. And time does actually pass. Now we're going to want some general lighting. And the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and clean up using the broom. Now if I hadn't crafted the lighting, I'd be informed that I won't be able to clean because without any light you're not going to be able to see what you're doing. But I've crafted the lights now. As you can see, the home's a little more lit up. And some time should pass. Now there's also where you'd usually get a time transition, which works fairly well for this, but we've turned that off so it just sort of flickered and changed. And you can see the place is a lot cleaner, there's no dust anymore, no cobwebs, the lighting's all nice and lit up. And because we repaired the area as well, the building, we've got no holes in the walls. And we can proceed to start crafting the flooring as well. Make that a little more polished and nice, put some carpet upstairs. And you can start crafting items in your home. Now rather than go ahead and just craft everything, I'm going to do 1 or 2 areas and show you them fully crafted. And then we'll take a look at a couple of the mods features. Now as you can see, I've got the forge pretty much filled up a little with items. So I've got my tanning rack, my grindstone there. I've got some weapon racks on the walls. And I've also lit up the forge over here, but I'm still missing my workbench. Now certain items aren't going to be for sale in the shop, certain items aren't going to be craftable. Some items are actually going to be in the basement. Now the basement doesn't just have stored items, it can also be used for sort of accommodation for staff in the future. But when we first go into the basement, we're going to want to arm ourselves. Now let's just pick something here. Now the reason I've got all of this in my inventory isn't just because I'm a cheating sod. It's because all of these items can be stored within the home with the unique storage. And I'm going to need a lot of these materials as well to help craft the home. But if we just pick something here, some kind of weapon that we can use to, you know, defend ourselves. And I think we're probably going to want a torch, so we can see what we're doing. Now as you might imagine, the basement over so many years of the place being vacant is going to be filled with skeevers. So we're going to have to kill these. Should be some more somewhere. Little sod. Come on. Get rid of them. There we go. Should be all of them. Now this room is going to be a small meadery, but we're not going to focus on that just yet. And as you can see, we've got a load of items in here with cobwebs all over them, old stored things. So we've got some enchanting table, we've got an alchemy bench, which is deactivated. We've got the staff enchanter here, and we've got our workbench. So I'm just going to get our workbench out of here, get that moved upstairs. As you can see, a little bit of time will pass. I'm just going to get rid of this torch here. And the workbench has been placed upstairs. So we've got our forge done. And I've also gone ahead and done the living room, but it's a little dark, so I think I'm going to light up the fire. There we go. Use 4 firewood. Got my wall mount up here where I can craft different animals. Put those up. Let's go with the snow saber cat. As you can see, we've got some empty space here. These are for mannequins, so next thing we're probably going to want to go ahead and do is head back to the store and we'll buy ourselves some mannequins. So here we are back at Oceanside Supply. Let's have a chat to Moira.
Yeah? Take a look.
You can actually see some of the items that you can buy in the store. And if we scroll down, I think I'm going to get myself some bathroom lanterns, light the bathroom up a bit, get some supplies, maybe get a rug or something. So there we go. Still a few bugs to be sorted out. Let's get the rug there. And of course we said that we wanted to get our mannequins. Now you see that it actually says order, your item will be delivered shortly. This means that you might have to wait a few hours for things to show up. And I think we'll get the main rugs as well. And we'll finish off our forge with the smithing charts. And that should do for now. So here we are, and we can see that our new rug has appeared. That's a really nice rug. Dawnstar specific. The mannequins have now shown up, and don't worry, these mannequins will behave in this mod. They shouldn't go wonder about. There are a few tricks that we've used to stop that from happening, and a different mannequin script which will be included in the mod. So that's really cool. The rugs have appeared. This is where I'll show some of the customization options. Now I'm going to go ahead with red upstairs. You'll see that the rugs that you choose will actually disappear off the rack as well. Then we've got our downstairs rugs, and I think I'll go with blue. We can also get things like drapes, banners, and other things like that. In fact, if we turn around, there are banner poles, and you have specific banners that you can have. There's a list of about 9 of them. We'll go with let's go with the Imperials for a change. You'll see that your banners show up. So that's that. Now the other thing I'm going to show is the display room. This is probably the last thing that I'm really going to show you, just to show how auto sort works and unique displays. So as you can see, we've got these displays here. You can store your dragon masks. Every single one of them. You can store things like the paragons. You can get them all. The Dragon Ball masks as well. One thing that's in high demand with mods now is that you have storage for very unique items. We've added that in. And this display case here will hold the claws. However, I'm going to leave some claws out, and I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to show you the auto sort working. So as you can see here, we've got some shields and staves that can go on the walls. And of course the large display cases will hold things too. And there's an auto sort container here. When you first activate it, it will warn you about auto sort, the fact that it is in beta and the fact that it could lose items, and we are not responsible for that. It shouldn't do. Any item that it doesn't know, it will throw back at you, so you shouldn't really lose anything. In terms of losing anything, it'll just be trying to find it in the home. It should have put it somewhere. It'll place things into relevant containers, and when it comes to things like these unique weapons, they will get shoved straight into the displays, and you can get them back at any time. So if I go and place a lot of these weapons into the auto sort, they'll go into the container and then they'll be taken out and sent to the relevant one. Let's make sure we don't miss any. I'll do the staves as well. There are a number of other things too. All this is unique storage. So you've got the guard shields, quest items, And I said that I wasn't going to put all the claws in because I'm going to put them into auto sort, and then that's going to send them upstairs for me. And of course, if you decide that you don't want that auto sort container there, because you'd rather go about and place things yourself, we have an option in MCM. And you'll also notice that different features are showing, they're turning on and off depending on different situations. Certain things are disabled to begin with because you shouldn't be able to use them. So if you don't own the home, half of this won't be here. And as soon as you own the home and you create the container, you'll be able to have access to different things. So I can turn auto sort off and that container will disappear. Nice feature here called auto close doors. That's if you want the doors to shut behind you every 5 seconds after opening them. And I think I'm going to customise the image I get on my menu as well. So I've just got to quit out, go in. You'll see that that's randomising. These will have names eventually, they're not all going to stay numbered. And I think I'll go with number 4 and we'll see what our display case should look like. There we go. And if we go upstairs, it should look something like that now, because the auto sort will have sent the items up there. There we go. So everything has been filled, and of course, if you want to know exactly what has to go in there, let's take everything out. And then you can start placing things back in. Now these belong in, but if I hit on a weapon that doesn't belong in there, so let's go with that dagger, it will come up and tell you what needs to go in there. So you're not going to be chucking things in and hoping for the best. And I can place different things back in. Turn around, those claws have appeared there. And there'll be other certain quest items that will be put on display as soon as you enter the home if you've completed the quests. And there was a load of other items I placed in. These go into the bedroom here. And the only way to take these off is go into the safe. This is where they're all stored. Take them all out and they go off the displays. And these are the upstairs rugs. So if I choose blue, I've got my own rug. And I think that's pretty much everything that I'm really going to show you in this video. It's just a little bit to whet your appetite, get a little bit of feedback. You'll also notice that the door closed then. So if I just close this one, starters, I'll open it up. That should close itself. That one already has. So that is it. That is the early tour around some of Mörskom. I hope you liked the video. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think. Any suggestions or anything that you might notice that didn't work would be helpful, because we have got a lot of bug testing still to do. So please check out my antisocial websites, my main website. There will be different things showing up on the main website as well, like new updated images and information. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.